Good.
Okay. Thank you.
Keep going. Go one more time. Go the other way. We'll go.
Kelly used to be faster at that.
Oh, hello.
Listen,
Look at me. Oh, you had it.
why isn't it rotating?
The screen's locked probably, it's not rotating.
We didn't do anything to it.
How about we just
Watch
leave
this.
it like that?
There you go. Is it on?
Yeah.
Let me slide it back.
Do you have everything?
I don't know. It's the best it's gonna get.
Get up here and make this microphone work.
But honestly, Stan, the rest of tonight, I don't have any.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to exit executive session at 19:16 hours. Do I have a motion? Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay. We're just going to take one vote regarding executive sessions, consideration employee number 211. This is the carryover payout 10 days worth of unused vacation at the 2023 pay rate for employee number 211. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
A second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Approval of minutes, December 11, 2023. There will be no approval. These will be post only. Okay, regular business. Code, Councilman Vicarello.
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to extend the moratorium on cannabis for up to 6 months.
This is a motion to adopt local law number 1, 2024.
It's a motion to adopt local law number 1 of 2024. Do I have a motion?
I have a motion.
So I have a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Excuse me.
At this time, I'd like to make a motion to approve local law number 2 of 2024, the real property exemptions for first responders.
Got a motion by Councilman Vicarello. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Rhodes.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And thirdly, I'd like to read the following resolution. Resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis authorizing the Chief of Police to accept a bid for the construction of a police training facility, pole barn structure. Now therefore, it is hereby resolved that the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis hereby authorizes and directs the Chief of Police to accept the following bid for the project, which is annexed here to Pioneer Pole Barn, Pole Buildings Incorporated, Edison, Shiko, Pennsylvania, for the amount of $61,482. And is further resolved that the mayor or his designee is hereby authorized to execute all documentation necessary to effectuate the intent of this resolution, subject to approval of the form and content of such documentation by the Corporation Council and the city's consulting engineer. And I'll make that a motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Councilman O'Connell, Planning and Zoning.
I was just appointed, so I don't have anything.
While we're sticking with your recreation.
Nothing yet, sir.
Very good. Councilman Fuller, Finance.
We do have bills to be paid, from the general fund, $396,825.06. From the water fund, $70,105.92. From the sewer fund, $13,918.26. From the capital fund, $12,645.19. And from trust and agency, $930.54, for a grand total of $494,424.97. Some of the larger items to be noted, New York State Employee Health Insurance for $297,098.92. Orange and Rockland for the Port Jervis Solar Project, $35,479.18. Orange County Sanitary Landfill for $27,253.22, and Municipal Services for $21,146, or $146, I'm sorry.
Councilwoman?
Yes.
The vendor is Orange and Rockland and Port Jervis Solar. It's
Okay.
not a project.
Okay. And from the capital fund, Tyler Technologies for $1,000, MHE Engineering for $8,813.03, FAR Engineering for $950, and Neversink Lumber for $974.97. I'd like to make a motion that we pay the bills.
We have a second.
Second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries.
And finance will not meet in the month of January, and our February meeting will be February 28th at 6 p.m. Yes.
Okay, tourism,
Thank you,
Councilwoman
Mayor.
Mann.
Thank you, Mayor. The tourism board has not met since their last meeting. They would like to congratulate all the winners and all who entered in the 2023 holiday lighting celebration contest. Under the festive category, the winners were first place, 84 Hammond Street. Second place winner was 92 Orange Street. And third place winner was 5 Pine Street. For the traditional categories, the winners were, for first place, 15 Reservoir, second place 6 Pine, and third place 17 Mechanic Street. The next tourism meeting will be held on Wednesday, February 14th at 7 p.m. here in the council chambers. They will not be meeting in the month of January. So if anyone has any further inquiries, they may email Tourism Chair Laura Meyer at laurapj@yahoo.com. The IDA has not met since their last meeting. They will not meet in the month of January, and they are scheduled to meet on February 19th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers, and that's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Fire and Emergency Management, Councilman Rhodes.
I have some, from the Fire Department Secretary. The first one is to remove Kevin J. McCune from the active roles due to deceased. So we'll make that a motion.
Second. All those in favor to remove Kevin McCune from roads? All those opposed? Motion carries.
And the next is also the removal of Charles B. Chant III, also from Engine 6, also deceased. I make that a motion.
Have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries.
The next is a interdepartment transfer for Gary Predmore from Engine 2 to Excelsior Engine number 5. I make that a motion.
We have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
The next is another transfer for Thomas N. Enright from Delaware Engine Company number 2 to Howard Wheat Engine Company number 4. And I make that a motion.
Motion for Mr. Enright to transfer. Do we have a second? Second. Ms. Fuller. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries.
The next is reappointment of a driver for Robert Walagrowski for Neversink Engine Company in City of Port Jervis for the fire department. Make that a motion.
Do we have a second? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries.
The next is a reappointment for probationary driver for Daniel A. Van Cleet for Delaware Engine Company number 2. I make that a motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
The next is an event for Tri-State Host Company number 6, a Super Bowl party on February 11th I make that a motion.
We have a second for a Super Bowl party. All's in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next is an event for Excelsior Engine 5 for also having a Super Bowl party on February 11th, 2024. I make that a motion.
We have a second.
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
All's opposed? Motion carries.
And the next meeting for Fire Emergency Management will be on February. I wrote it down. I think it's the 15th. It's going to be the first, so it'll be the 19th, February 19th at 7 p.m. here in the council chambers.
7 p.m.?
What, the
Say 7
17th?
p.m.? No, he's right, it's usually, the same day as IDA.
Right, but it is it's a nice President's Day.
Oh, so I guess the IDA is thinking on the 19th.
Okay.
What I'll do is, I'll get with the chief for next month.
Let's switch it for March.
And we'll switch it. If we need something for February, the next meeting, I can set up a date. I'll talk to Keith and Tommy and we'll set up a date.
Sounds good. Councilman Siegel, Housing and Veterans, report.
Thank you, Mayor. The Housing Authority last met on Tuesday, November 28th. There was no meeting in December. The next meeting is scheduled for January 23rd at 7 p.m. at Hillside Terrace. The next Senior Club meetings are January 10th and the 24th at 1:30 at the Fellowship Hall in West End. I found two good websites for seniors. One is aging, aging.ny.gov, and the other one is seniornews.com. I would suggest that seniors try them for ideas about senior activities and things to do. Veterans flu shots are available at the clinic. With the tridemic increasingly getting larger, the flu and COVID shots should be considered. If you want a shot, just call the clinic and make an appointment at 845-856-5369. Christmas tree pickup, just put the trees at the curb and the DPW will come and pick them up according to DPW director. The Access 823 update. We had another meeting with Spectrum technicians in December. The final connections and wiring are in place. After the next and hopefully the last meeting, they have to come and they have to figure out how to hook up the old equipment to the new system. So once they come back, hopefully, they were supposed to come back last week, but they did not. So hopefully when they come back, they'll be able to hook that up and we can go live on TV. We were hoping to have a Christmas show. That was the big plan. Mr. Phil is excited and fighting at the bit to get started again. He's got all kinds of programming. He wanted to do a big Christmas show, but I guess we'll have to hold off and maybe have a President's Day show. But we're working on it. Historically, we went on the air on October 15th, 1985. That's 39 years ago. We moved into the new studio on Franklin Street in 1991. We moved back to City Hall. We were across the hall in a 4x4 studio across the hall. Now we're in a much bigger studio. We're back and hopefully we'll be online as soon as they can figure out what to do there. So I'd like to thank everyone that has contributed in the past and all the people that are working now to try to make this happen. Unfortunately, our main technical guy has a serious medical condition, so we have to work around that as well. But we will. As soon as we can be on the air, I promise we'll be on the air. Anybody's interested in joining the advisory committee, we have many Access 8 old timers coming back. We're looking for new people. We'd like to get students involved, kids involved. They can make this happen a lot easier than us. So if anybody's interested, you can give me a call and we will put you on the mailing list. I want to do something different this year. I want to relay a quote or an inspirational thought at each meeting. So the quote for today that I feel is appropriate at this time is from John F. Kennedy. Let us not seek the Republican answer or the Democratic answer, but the right answer. Let us not seek to fix blame for the past. Let us accept our own responsibility for the future. And I put that out for the council people. I put that out for the community. I think those words mean a great deal. It meant a lot then. It means just as much now. So please consider that. And I'm still updating my monthly calendar and information email list. If you'd like to be added to the list. And Jessica, I just added you, by the way, even though you didn't ask. Just send an email to stansiegel2@gmail.com. I'll put you on there. I was going to do a monthly newsletter, but instead of that, I'm going to send out blurbs through this email list. So if anybody's interested in knowing what's going on, as far as I know, stansiegel2@gmail.com, and I'll put you on the list. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Siegel. CDA, Councilwoman Dennison.
I don't have a report because I haven't just been appointed.
All right. DPW, Councilman Laura Tockenberry.
Thank you, Mayor. Switch glasses. Just wanted to comment on the last snowstorm we had. Was the first significant snowstorm that we've had since we've been using strictly salt on the roads. And I saw a noticeable difference. They laid the salt early. They cleaned up very nice yesterday. This morning after the storm, there was no need to sand the roads anymore. So DPW did a great job. The roads were cleared. Everybody got where they needed to go, and just wanted to tell them they did a great job. Now on the garbage, let's see, we have garbage and recycling. On the week of January 8th will be picked up on its normal schedule. The week of January 15th, garbage will be picked up one day later in all wards, and that's due to Martin Luther King holiday on Monday. The week of January 8th, the week of January 15th, paper pickup will be on its normal scheduled day. The 2024 garbage schedule is available on the city website at www.portjervisny.com or by emailing the DPW office at dpwclerk@portjervisny.com. Compost pile and dump tickets will be suspended until April. There's no DPW meeting scheduled for the month of January, which is normal. The February meeting has not been scheduled yet. That will be posted on the city's website and on the calendar when it becomes available. And that is all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Okay, under Mayor's correspondence, I entertain a motion for Hudson Valley Pattern of Progress. This is for our annual dues for 2024. It's in the amount of $450. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion Siegel, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. This here is for the Reserve Bar LLC. The Reserve, this is 20 Front Street, which is the bank. Everyone has seen it recently begin to go under renovation and paint. And this is for their liquor license application. And this is just strictly just a vote and ceremony on that. Can I have a motion?
So I'm going to waive the 30-day?
Yes. This is a 30-day waiver for it. Can I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. To the attention of Mr. Tom Sexton, Chairman, Jean Marie Shield, Secretary, and to the Zoning Board of Appeals of the City of Port Jervis, good afternoon. I wish to let you know that as of January 2nd, 2024, I wish to resign from my position as member of the Zoning Board of Appeals of the City of Port Jervis. January 2nd, 2024 will be the last meeting I can attend. I wish to express my appreciation for this opportunity to serve on this board and offer my best wishes to everybody for their future endeavors. Sincerely, Don Copa. I accept that letter with regret. At this time, I'd like to appoint Mr. Timmy Simmons back to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Effective on December 31st, 2023, I resigned my position on the city's planning board. This is my letter resigning my seat on the city planning board. At this time, I wish to appoint Ms. Chelsea Farr to the city's planning board. Just a couple more housekeeping items. Resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis. This is for the signature requirements for disbursements. Whereas the City of Port Jervis Common Council has recognized the need to maintain and/or establish an additional internal audit controls over the disbursement function of its regular business, and it is hereby resolved that the City Common Council of Port Jervis directed the City Clerk Treasurer to notify official depositories of the requirement for dual signatures for disbursement of funds maintained in the checking and saving accounts of the City of Port Jervis as was effective April 1st, 2006. Be it further resolved that the requirement of dual signatures be considered met by a combination of either the City Clerk Treasurer, Deputy Clerk Treasurer, or the Chief of Police, and signature of either the Mayor, Councilman at Large, and/or Chairwoman of Finance Committee. Other types of business transactions may be completed by the City Clerk Treasurer and/or Deputy Clerk Treasurer as necessary to conduct regular business and approved via Finance Committee and Council proceedings. This requirement remains for the bank accounts as listed in the annual depository resolutions, except for the amounts maintained on behalf of the fire department. I'm looking for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Picarello, second Mr. Rhodes. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis is regarding banking and depositories. Whereas the City of Port Jervis Common Council has recognized the need to maintain and/or establish accounts to conduct regular business. It's hereby resolved that the Common Council of Port Jervis directs the City Clerk Treasurer to utilize official depositories for the funds maintained in a checking and savings account of the City of Port Jervis for the year 2024 as follows: TD Bank, General Operating, Water, Sewer, Capital, Money Market, Recreation, IDA, Senior Citizens, Payroll, Rachel Dietz Memorial Fund, Small Cities Grant, USDA Water Clarifier Reserve Funds. M&T Bank, Trust and Agency, Money Market, Federal Drug Forfeiture, and City Drug Forfeiture Funds. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Councilman Fuller, Councilman at Large Huckleberry. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Resolution of Common Council of the City of Port Jervis designation of officers of the purposes of New York Homes and Community Renewal. Whereas the City of Port Jervis Common Council recognizes the need for certain positions within the city to be identified as per New York State HCR. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis hereby authorizes the persons designated by position as responsible for the following offices: Fair Housing Officer, Valerie Majinski, Executive Director of Port Jervis CDA; NWBE and Section 3 Coordinator Laura Quick, City Clerk Treasurer; ADA Grievance Coordinator Laura Quick, City Clerk Treasurer; Labor Standards Compliance Officer Steve Durrier, Director of Public Works. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. Resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis, newspapers, radios, and television. Whereas the City of Port Jervis Common Council has recognized the need to maintain and/or establish accounts to conduct regular business. It is hereby resolved that the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis directs the City Clerk Treasurer to utilize the Times Herald Record as its official newspaper for the year 2024, with the Pike County Dispatch as alternatives when necessary for legal notices, local laws, ordinances, advertisements for bids, materials, equipment, services, as may be required during the year 2024, and be it further resolved that WDLC be designated as official radio outlet and Port Jervis Deer Park TV, also known as Access 23 TV, provided by Spectrum under the present cable franchise agreement, be designated television outlet. Can I have a motion?
I make a motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Motion for adjournment.
So moved.
I have a question. On Chelsea Parr's appointment, is it for the balance of your term? What's it, the date?
Oh, yeah,
The
that's,
date, you need a date on that.
that will be through, yeah, it'll be the balance of my term.
The balance of your term?
Yes.
Okay.
And Mr. Simmons will also be the balance of Don Copa's term.
Thank
I'll
you.
get that to you. All right, motion for adjournment.
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Thanks, Tom.